All right. Hi there, folks. I'm here with a friend of mine named Daniel Paris. This fall, Daniel's going to be joining us at Cochrane Alliance Church as an intern. He is a student at the Ambrose Seminary, and so I thought it would be fun if we just took a few minutes here at the beginning, just before his internship, to introduce you to him and give him a chance to tell you about himself. So why don't we start off, Daniel? What are you doing at Ambrose?
I am spending a lot of money to get an education.
Yes.
I'm working on my Master's of Divinity, and I believe I am majoring, I guess you could say, in the pastoral studies concentration.
Okay.
So I'm in my last year, and this is my last fall semester for the degree when I will be graduating in April.
Cool. So pastoral studies is kind of your main focus. Is that what you're hoping to do with this degree when you're done?
Great question. I don't really know yet. I'm really open to see where God's going to be taking, but I have been in conversations with the Christian and Missionary Alliance to see if I might be ending up somewhere in Asia as an overseas missionary.
Cool.
What I'll be doing, how that turns out, and if it turns out, well, we'll see. I don't know.
Well, I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up, so you don't be in a hurry to figure that out. So this fall, you're going to be joining us on the staff, pastoral staff at Cochrane Alliance, as an intern. So why don't you tell us a little bit about why you need to do an internship and what you're hoping to get out of the whole experience?
Well, I'm really hoping that the internship will allow what I'm learning in class to be able to translate into something that goes beyond head knowledge and into actually the muscles and the bones and the fiber of who I am, so that I understand how the theology and how the theory and all those things fits into a way we as Christians minister to one another, and how the church in today's culture kind of gets those things together to make sure that we serve and we love and we care for one another and we reach out to the world and show people who Jesus is. Why I'm doing it? Well, that's one of the reasons. Another one of the reasons is just pragmatics. It's part of the degree program at Ambrose Seminary, where the Master's of Divinity needs to have practical experience as part of graduation.
So this internship is a way of connecting the theoretical and theological things that you're learning academically and relating it to real life situation. So from what they've told you about the internship experience, how is that going to work? How do you envision the internship looking and feeling like for you?
Scary.
Yeah. Good.
Right now I don't really know what to expect. I do know that I have a bit of experience from class about, pastoral counseling and preaching and worship kind of programming and counseling and things like that. But how these skills that I learned in classroom will translate into what I do on a day-to-day basis, we'll see where the Spirit takes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about slave labor?
For me or to me?
Like being my personal slave.
As long as it doesn't involve walking dogs. No, I can walk dogs. But, whatever. I mean, we end up being servants for Christ. And to be a slave to one another in love.
Very diplomatic answer, Daniel. That's good. I don't plan on treating you like a slave, just so that you know. Is there anything in particular you're like kind of anticipating? What are you looking forward to this fall?
I'm most looking forward to the opportunity to observe and to learn and to saturate myself in an environment and a church experience that I have not ever had before. Having been somebody who's been in the pews, who's been listening and being on the receiving end of what Western Christianity's ministry kind of world looks like, it would be interesting and informative and telling and shaping, I guess, as well for me to see what it would look like on the other end and to to learn how to do things well and to learn how I might be able to fit into that and what things about me might need to change or, I don't know,
cool.
growth opportunities.
And so that's what you're looking forward to. What is there anything that you're maybe kind of apprehensive about or nervous about? You said before you're like really nervous, so
all of it, the exact same thing. It's like, getting to see the other side and seeing what it's going to be like, and do I fit there? I don't know. I mean, we're all members of the same body. We're all members of the Church Universal. But what does that mean for ministry? Where do I fit in? How do my gifts and how do my skills match up into what that's like? And the inferiority complex in me says, am I good enough? Is it something that I can actually do? How do I make sure that it's not me who's being the person who's in the front or washing feet or serving at tables, but how do I make sure that Christ is seen and that it's not just me kind of pulling all the strings?
Right. Well, let me tell you from personal experience, Cochrane Alliance is a great church family. We don't bite too hard, and I'm sure that I'm trusting that we're all going to be able to rally around you and help you learn some of those lessons that you're looking to find and find that place that God has for you in our church family for the short time that you'll be with us, and ultimately give you insight into where you fit into God's big picture, wherever in the world that may end up being. So really looking forward to spending the fall with you, and it's going to be a fun time.
I hope so, yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.